Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the annual general meeting or AGM of the Glenorchy City Council this evening. My name is Russell Yaxon. I'm the acting mayor of Glenorchy and the chairpersons of tonight's AGM on Monday, the 1st of December 2025. I'd like to acknowledge the Muwina people as the traditional owners of the land. We recognise all Tasmanian Aboriginal people as the original owners and the continuing custodians of lands and waters of this island of Toowoomba. We pay our respects to Aboriginal elders, past and present. We commit to working for a city that welcomes and respects all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples. And just some introductions. I'd like to, joining me in council is Alderman Peter Riddler, Alderman Justin Stringer, Councillor Molly Kendall, Alderman Tim Marks, our CEO Emilio Riali. Yep, thank you. Sorry. Alderman Stephen King, Alderman Stuart Slade, Alderman Josh Cockshut, and Alderman Shane Alderson. And obviously have a number of our team and managers and directors in the building as well. So thank you very much for coming along, and welcome to all our members of the public joining us in chambers this evening, and also those of you that are joining online or streaming or catching up. Thanks for taking the time to engage with your council. For those that are joining us in person, please make sure you have provided your name and address at the registration desk at the front, as per the requirements of the Local Government Act. The primary purpose of the AGM is to present the Council's 2024-25 annual report, and we will allow electors present to ask questions about it. Questions about any other matters will be taken on notice for the ordinary meeting of Council to be held on the Monday, 15th of December 2025. And if you can please email you through that question if you do so by Sunday, the 7th of December. The AGM also provides an opportunity for any elector present to put forward a motion for Council to consider at the next ordinary Council meeting. Under Tasmanian local government laws, a motion passed at this meeting is required to be considered at the next ordinary meeting of Council. To be clear, passing a motion at this meeting does not mean the motion is adopted by Council. Only that Council will consider the motion at its next ordinary meeting on the 15th of December 2025. At the AGM, any elector for the Glenorchy City Council area can move or second motions, and any elector can vote on the motions put forward. Electors include all of those who are enrolled to vote in the Glenorchy local government elections. The Chief Executive Officer will keep minutes of the meeting, and they will be published in draft form on the Council's website before being tabled for confirmation at the 2026 AGM. Before we go any further, I have some announcements as well that I'd like to share with you, and I will be as brief as I possibly can. So some announcements regarding our Council's financial position. And I'd like to confirm that the Glenorchy City Council paid off the last remaining of its debt last week, returning Council to a debt-free fiscal position. Being in the black gives us as a council a significant advantage by being able to be strategically planning our objectives and investments on behalf of the community. I'd also like to echo the Mayor's comments from last week in acknowledging the hard work of the Council's team and staff in delivering this really important strategic goal that many of us had around the table. The upgrade to the KG5 cricket wickets, the upgrade of the Glenorchy City old and unused turf nets into a 4-lane synthetic facility is now complete. Sounds good. This has been a collaborative effort between Council and the Glenorchy Cricket Club, which is great news. The upgrade provides a safe space for the players in the expanding junior cricket programs to learn and experience cricket and what it feels like in a high-performance environment. It also means more teams to train at the same time, which improves connectivity across the club. The Chambers mural, all is going well with the weather dependent, which hasn't necessarily been on our side of recent days. The artist will begin to paint the new mural on the side of the Chambers this week. Pedestrians and the bus mall users are reminded to follow on-site signage and take extra care when moving through the area. Also, discussions are also underway with artists to update the mural on the Glenorchy Central Wall in Cooper Street and to undertake improvements in the bus mall. Roving carols. A reminder that starting tomorrow, there will be roving carolers through the city to bring some festive cheer. Tomorrow, the choir of High Hopes will be outside Chambers at 1 p.m. to give a lunchtime performance. Then next week, Tuesday the 9th, Thursday the 11th, Friday the 12th, an a cappella group, the Silvertones, will be at Northgate from 1:45 to 2 p.m, outside Chambers from 2:05 to 2:20, and back at Northgate at 2:25 to 2:45. So it's a little bit of festive cheer, which is it's a great way to bring a little bit of life. Not that you wouldn't want me singing or anything like that. So perhaps some good singing and some good caroling.
Anyone like that?
Yeah, I like that.
You wouldn't want me singing like that.
So Christmas community safety pop-up. Council and Tas Police are holding up a pop-up store to provide information and encourage safe behaviour over the Christmas period while celebrating and on the roads. This pop-up is on tomorrow at Northgate between 12 and 2 p.m. Our infrastructure projects update. Currently, Council has approximately 1.5 million of transport projects at various stages of the procurement process, with the majority of works to occur in early 2026. These projects include footpath improvements on Abbotsfield Road, shared path at Main Road, Granton, safety barrier and footpath at 119 Main Road, Austin's Ferry, sealed shoulders for cyclists on the Main Road at Austin's Ferry, and Bilton Street cycleway access upgrades, which are great news to see early 2026. Rabbit baiting at the KG5. With the rabbit baiting program now in its final stage, we're starting to see some deceased rabbits around the area. Council staff continues to monitor the area for deceased rabbits and are removing them as soon as possible. Members of the public are reminded that if you do find a deceased rabbit on your property, please use rubber gloves and dispose of them in your FOGO or the general waste rubbish bin. And further information on the baiting program is available on the council website. So have a look at those. Where are we? So we will move now on to agenda item number 2, which is apologies. And we have an apology this evening from our Mayor, Sue Hickey, and that's been noted. Item number 3 is the confirmation of minutes from the AGM 2023-2024. A mover, which is Alderman Marks. The seconder, Alderman Shane Alderson. Alderman Marks, would you like to speak to the minutes?
No, just that the minutes are true and correct. It was my actual first meeting in council. It's been a year today since it's been council.
Well, happy anniversary. Very good. Anyone else wants to speak to the confirmation of the minutes? All happy? All right, if we get a mover, a seconder, which we have. All in favour, raise your hands. And that's passed unanimously. Thank you. Item number 4 is a response to previous public questions taken on notice. Now, the questions on the pages in the agenda were taken on notice during the last annual general meeting on Monday, the 2nd of December 2024. Responses were individually emailed to James Bryan, Janice Bryan, and George Burrows on Wednesday, the 11th of December 2024. And the responses to each question were included in the agenda and minutes of the next ordinary council meeting, which was on Monday, the 16th of December 2024, and they're also obviously noted in the minutes. So moving on to item number 5, which we will move into public question time. The public question time rules and procedures are detailed in the agenda that you have. If you're not familiar with that, please take the time to read. And to be involved, please raise your hand to seek permission and then come forward to the empty chair there, the ejector seat, as we may. So you're welcome to come up, and but we do need your name and address in that area. That would be great. And each person will be limited to 2 questions and allowed 1 minute to ask your question. Remembering it's a question time, not for commentary, debate, or moving a motion. A reminder that any questions other than about the 2024-25 annual report will be taken. It will be taken on notice for the next ordinary meeting on the 15th of December. So I'd ask if there was any questions from those electors present about the annual report. Yeah, well, come forward, Eddie.
My name is Eddie Steenbergen and I live in Rosetta, and I have 2 questions. The first question is about Project Hudson, which still has the word delay next to it. And I also noticed that in the list of expenditure, there's 300,000 on asset management software and another 100,000 on meeting management software. So where is Project Hudson going? Where's all this money going?
To the CEO.
Thank you, Acting Mayor. I might ask our Director of Corporate and Community to provide a bit of info on that.
It has been delayed while we try and sort out some issues we've had with the software, and we are now looking at potential other options of software. It did not meet our requirements, and it's under a full review.
Okay, so can I ask a corollary? Does that mean that expenditure for this year may come up next year, depending on how the project progresses?
Well, the asset management system was always separate, so it was never. So we are actually looking at putting a report up to council at the coming meeting regarding the asset management software. We've been out separately to market for that one. In regards to Project Hudson, which was really our enterprise software, so finance, rates, HR, the core systems of council, we've stopped all expenditure on that project. So we're sitting and seeking advice as to the next step forward.
Thank you. Question 2 relates to the open workshops, open public workshops that council's been running this little time, and I thought it's a good time to sort of think about the future, and I assume council has been considering its future. So my question is council going to continue those public open workshops, and when will the next one be? If so.
Very good question. I'll pass to the CEO as well.
Acting Mayor, we are continuing with open workshops. We have a number of topics that we're looking to deliver next year. We haven't set a date for the first one in the new year, but we will try and we're going to have a schedule so that we fit them in between council meetings, GPAs, and closed workshops. So, but they will be continuing, and I guess we can release a bit of a plan of that in the new year once we've got the schedule worked out. The topics are a bit fluid, so we can, if we find something of interest to the community, we can add them to the list. We have got some topics that we're looking to deliver on. They're wide ranging. So one topic which will probably come up early in the new year is about council operations. It's going to be sort of similar to what we're presenting tonight, but probably a little bit more in detail on our works and operational services, like city cleansing, graffiti removal, pothole maintenance, that sort of thing.
So as a corollary, we are aiming to stick with monthly workshops.
I'm not sure if they'll be monthly. I'm looking at Christine, and the schedule was bi-monthly last time, was that right? Earlier in the year. Open workshops, yeah.
Unless, I'm sorry, through you, Acting Mayor. Yes, unless there's a topic that is of utmost importance or urgency, then we would get on an as needs.
Change the schedule.
But monthly, at most monthly.
At most monthly, but I think bi-monthly was the plan.
Okay, thank you. I'm done.
Any other questions? Those here. Otherwise, we'll leave that item through, and we'll move on to item number 6, which is the presentation of the 2024-2025 annual report. And I will hand over to the CEO now, who will introduce our presenters and lead the presentation.
Thank you, Acting Mayor. So we've got a presentation via PowerPoint on the annual report. We've put together a bit of a consolidated list of achievements that we've worked through the last financial year. So we would like to present that. Each department manager present will provide a bit of an overview. We're trying to keep it pretty succinct, so 3 to 4 minutes, and we'll keep it rolling along. And I think the first cab off the rank is Warren from Community Services.
Thank you, Amelia. Acting Mayor. And welcome everyone. Warren Yates is my name, Manager of Community, and today I'm going to be speaking about, or giving a brief overview of some of the achievements across the Moona Arts Centre, community development and childcare connections during the 2024-25 year. These highlights reflect significant growth, strong community engagement and improved outcomes across the city. The Moona Arts Centre. The Moona Arts Centre has had a standout year with 47,000 visitors, a 23% increase on showing up just how strongly the community is engaging with this space. We delivered 36 exhibitions and 45 events supporting hundreds of artists and creators. The extension of the opening hours to 6 days a week has improved access and strengthened the Moona Arts Centre as a welcoming community hub. Importantly, we achieved an 88% customer satisfaction score, demonstrating that our programs, events and exhibition continue to meet community expectations and deliver high value. Community development. Our community development team delivered measurable impact this year. We saw a 21% reduction in youth crime, reflecting strong partnerships, after-school engagement and early intervention programs. The Multicultural Hub recorded 20,000 visits, showing the ongoing demand for inclusive cultural, language and community programs. Through the Safe City initiatives and collaboration with Tasmanian Police, we recorded a 16% drop in offences across key areas. We also made significant progress on the Child Safety Framework and our first LGBTIQA+ inclusion and advisory group, ensuring our approach is guided by lived experience and best practice. These achievements demonstrate real improvements in safety, belonging and community connection. Childcare connections. For childcare connections, this year was defined by resilience and quality in the face of major operational changes. The Bencherfield renovation was completed in May and was delivered a safer and more modern and fully compliant environment. This is significant as it has increased enrolment spaces by 23%, so more children can attend the centre. While works were underway, services were successfully relocated, including a temporary program at the Moona Arts Centre, which families responded very positively to. In terms of quality, Berrydale achieved an exceeding rating and Bencherfield a meeting rating under the national quality standard, with both services passing all compliance audits. Educators continue to deliver rich learning experiences, cultural events, wellbeing programs and strong family engagement, ensuring children remain supported throughout the year. In closing, each of these areas delivered strong outcomes that strengthen community participation, safety, creativity, and early learning across the Glenorchy areas. The results reflected dedicated staff, strong partnerships, and a genuine commitment to deliver for our community.
Hi, my name's Rachel Cooper and I'm the Manager of People and Culture here at Glenorchy Council, and I've been in this role since June last year. Okay, so the People and Culture team have had a big year and our major items were the enterprise agreement. We successful completion of bargaining with a strong consultation and engagement. We had 91.1% of eligible employees vote, with 51.4% voting yes. The 4-year agreement was approved by Fair Work in July 2025. A communication strategy was in place and we've had a smooth implementation. The enterprise agreement incorporated a new pay structure, a simplified classification framework, salary equity of roles and market-aligned salaries supporting competitiveness in our sector. Renewal of policies and directives, a comprehensive review, consolidation and update of HR directives to ensure compliance with legislation and best practice. We have strengthened consultation across the organisation. We have held values refresh and reminder program, engaging with employees from all areas to ensure we continue living our values in the workplace.
So learning and development. The learning and development function has strengthened workforce capability and engagement. Tailored learning initiatives has fostered a supportive learning culture. Key achievements include increased participation in training programs for leadership, compliance, safety, operational, health and wellbeing. We've had 1,110 employees participate in training. 15 employees have completed leadership and management qualifications. 30 employees have engaged in one-on-one sessions to identify skills gaps and training needs. I'm sure what's happening. 119 employees were nominated by peers for values recognition throughout the year. The combination of awards and recognition, tailored training programs, targeted training needs and analysis, and leadership development initiatives has fostered a supportive learning culture, improved staff engagement, and enhanced overall workforce capability. Employer of choice. We were successful with our application for Employer of Choice in late 2024, which is a respected achievement. We've had a focus on wellbeing, recognition, retention, flexible work and leadership capability. Improvements to onboarding, inductions and workforce initiatives, strengthened internal communication and employee engagement, positioning council as a competitive, values-driven employer of choice. Okay, the graph above is the turnover stats. That's showing our turnover rate since October 2022 trending downwards. Our turnover rate in June was 10%, and according to the Australian HR Institute, the average rate for Australian workplaces was around 15%. Okay, so our recruitment stats from our e-recruiting module, which is Martian Logic, we've had 59 jobs advertised, 1,543 applications received, 698 applications shortlisted, 198 interviews, and 72 applicants placed. With a good gender balance, all were welcome to Glenorchy City Council. Okay, and the Jobs Hub. We're all very proud of the success of the Jobs Hub. The Jobs Hub continues to provide work and training placements, advice and support to residents and businesses in Glenorchy. 370 participant registrations, which is 224% over the annual goal. We've assisted 301 community members into work placements, hosted an amazing and very successful employment and career expo at MyState Bank Arena with over 2,500 attendees and 108 exhibitors. And we've also formed a partnership agreement with the Migrant Resource Centre Tasmania to assist with work and training placements. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I'm Robbie Shafe, and for the duration of this report, I was the manager of contact and guidance. The department doesn't exist anymore, but it comprised of customer service team, the parking, the animal management, fire risk abatement and records management teams. A very business as usual department, so we didn't really deal with big projects. But an awful lot of work, and especially with the community, very kind of front facing the community. So best way to highlight what we do, what we've done across the year is probably through these stats. So in customer service space, we hit 88.4% overall customer satisfaction score. And that's the scores are gathered from surveys at the end of the phone calls to the call centre, tapping one of the smiley or not so smiley faces on the tablets down in the foyer and also at the Mac, or clicking on one of the faces at the bottom of the email signatures from our staff. That equated to 3,264 responses that we received, and hit the mark of 88.4% satisfaction. Bearing in mind that the industry benchmark for the local government is 74%, we hit way above that, which is fantastic. We served The customer service officers served 46,711 customers via phone and the front counter. We also managed to obtain a service level of 84% on the phones. Now, the service level is in the customer service charter is a commitment to the community that we will answer 80% of calls within 60 seconds. And again, we hit 84%, which is fantastic. In the record space, we received 20,838 articles of correspondence. So that's email and normal regular mail. And they were registered in our electronic document management system and tasked to the relevant departments to action. In the parking space across the year, we issued 5,989 infringements. Now we take quite more of an educational approach, so we don't see the number of parking infringements as an indicative statistic of the amount of work that our officers do. So we look at the number of patrols, which is 4,087 parking patrols across the year, and that equated to 2.5 million steps by the parking officers, which is again huge, which we recorded. In the animal management space, we've got one of the highest dog densities in the state. At the end of the last financial year, we had 6,966 dogs registered. And we currently have a dog registration auditor out there following up unregistered dogs that failed to re-register. The team responded to 402 roaming dog notifications. So those dogs were reunited with their owners or taken to the dog's home. We received 245 barking dog requests as well. So we worked with the owners of the dogs to reduce the barking for the neighbours. And not noted up there, but very much worth noting, is we investigated 93 dog attacks as well. And the highlights in the light blue there that we did have for the projects, and we did have a couple of projects. We reviewed the animal management bylaw. We consulted a number of animal organisations and groups. We made the bylaw far more concise and contemporary, and that's in place for the next 10 years, so we wanted to get that right. We also introduced a bit of technology in the compliance space too. So we added 39 more sensors in the Moona CBD, and we have some in the Glenorchy CBD, but they're the sensors in the ground that as a car rolls over and leaves, it notes when it comes and goes. And that encourages the turnover of vehicles for the local businesses because they're in the main strip of the Moona there. We also trialled the use of Aero Ranger, which has just recently been extended for another 12 months because it's been so successful. And that's the car with the 2 cameras mounted and the scouring for a number of plates. And that the importance of that was that it allowed us to cover far more of the municipality than we have been able to with currently 4 FTEs in the team. And it's also safer for the officers. It gets them off their feet for that 2.5 million step. We also introduced the use of a drone for fire risk inspections for the safety of officers, but also it's a far more efficient method to view properties, especially larger properties. And it helped us inspect 325 properties last year, and we'll do that again once the fire season kicks off again. So, contact and guidance.
Good evening, I'm Christine Lane. I'm the Manager of Stakeholder and Executive. What that means in real terms is that I look after the Executive Office, and these are the activities that we undertake. So community engagement and events, economic development, executive and elected member support, which includes strategic development and communications. So in the 24-25 year, under the community engagement and events portfolio, our Let's Talk Glenorchy community engagement platform continued to grow, with registrations increasing by about 10%, and with views and engagement reaching new heights. We trialled the open workshop program, where we invite community to get more involved with the business of council by attending open workshop sessions. Thanks to the positive feedback that we received from our community, this was endorsed by council and is now continuing on a bi-monthly basis. We celebrated the city's 60th anniversary last October, where we attracted over 400 participants out on the front lawns of council, and that was quite a significant event. And in April this year, we honoured, we had our annual tradition of honouring our Anzacs with an Anzac Day service that was attended by more than 300 people. Through the Community and Volunteer Awards, we recognised 57 outstanding volunteers who help make Glenorchy stronger every day. During that year, we welcomed 385 new Australians from over 60 countries across 8 citizenship ceremonies, reflecting the rich diversity of our community. And these ceremonies are just getting bigger every year. We keep welcoming more wonderful people to our community. And we introduced a bespoke set of engagement activities to make sure that every voice is heard, not just the loudest or the easiest to hear. This has helped us broaden participation and to capture inclusive input. In the economic development portfolio, we worked collaboratively with the community development team to provide safety support for local businesses. We worked with the Jobs Hub to deliver the 2025 Employment and Careers Expo, and we launched the Treasure Trail last year, promoting local charities and the circular economy, helping our community to thrive in sustainable ways. Our executive and elected member support, we supported advocacy efforts by making submissions on a number of legislative reforms and planning strategies, and we worked to keep our council's priority projects such as the Glenorchy War Memorial Pool redevelopment, Tolosa Park Stage B, Humphreys Rivulet Path, and the dedicated youth hub at top of mind of all levels of government and other funding bodies. This advocacy work has helped to secure, in collaboration with other areas of council, a commitment of funding for important projects, including $50,000 for the Youth Hub initiative, $1.68 million for Humphreys Rivulet, and $150,000 for a multicultural community garden. And in the communication space, we adopted a new media and communications framework that has streamlined our messaging and improved stakeholder engagement and ensures consistency across all channels of media. Our social media presence has soared, with content views exceeding $1.1 million in the last quarter of 24-25, which I am told from people much younger than me is a pretty impressive effort. But this alone helps to amplify our message and connect with more residents than ever before. And just recently, we've got results of a community survey that we ran, and we have discovered that 78% of our community use social media. So we're pretty impressed with that social media reach. Thank you.
I'm Dan Negurata, currently the Acting Manager, Assets Engineering and Design Division. Only been in the role for a month, and just talking to the projects that I achieved under current Director Patrick Marshall. So in 2024-25 financial year, we delivered some key infrastructure projects. Highlighted in here, I would like to mention the Main Road Granton Shared Path Extension Project, as mentioned earlier by Mayor, completed 2 stages with which will eventually link up to the Bridgewater Bridge. Also under Black Spot and Vulnerable Road use improvements, we did deliver 5 projects across the municipality to improve the roads user safety. And in terms of flood mitigation, we did complete a couple of major projects in Berrydale area, Shandos Drive and Cordelia Court, and some rural road repair works, mainly in the Sky Farm Road, addressing a lot of safety concerns in that area. Talking some stats around the asset management achievements, we do manage a large portfolio of $1.2 billion combined asset portfolio, and that feeds into a capital works program of $33.5 million. And we managed to achieve 92% of the budgeted funding throughout the year, through the financial year. And also what this means is we managed to fully fund the asset renewals that matches the depreciation, which was pretty consistent with the last 3 financial years, and bit of a healthy trend in maintaining a sustainable asset management for the council. And another one to highlight is that we completed the valuation of transport asset class in the financial year. Again, the biggest asset portfolio that we manage in this council. Again, a bit of a closer look at the stats. You can see how each individual assets classes fared, getting close or achieve the near 100% of the total budget expenditure during the year. Moving on to the engineering and design space, this resulted in producing just under $6 million worth of designs, mostly done in-house as well, a good outcome for our design teams. Another one to highlight was the development of and adaptation of the cycling infrastructure plan, which is one of its kind for the state as well, a collaborative project with the Department of State Road to identify strategic importance of the cycling links, and that informs our future projects to this improvement of the cycling network. Also, we started the main road amenity project and completed a significant amount of consultation to again improve the main road amenity, which will continue on to the next financial years. And to finish off with our development engineering team, we work very closely with our planning and building plumbing departments, had another busy year and supported some significant projects to the municipality. Few highlights being the showgrounds redevelopment, which is currently underway, and also the park and ride facility and the sports facility in Claremont. Also a couple of housing projects in Chigwell and Beldale area, and lastly I would highlight the subdivision in Karambi Street, which includes a broad link from Branscombe Road to Boondah Street. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Paul Garnsey and I'm Council's Manager of Development. So I look after our planning, building, plumbing and environmental teams for Council. Some of the highlights I wanted to share for the year just gone. We decided 328 planning applications worth almost $118 million in total. We created 97 new building lots. We assessed 234 building applications, 182 plumbing applications, conducted 490 food premise inspections and administered 1,200 vaccinations as well. So specifically moving on to planning, the Mill Lane specific area plan was approved by the Tasmanian Planning Commission in December 2024. The plan rezoned 7 sites in Mill Lane into one urban mixed-use zone, not only to enable residential, which was important, but also to support the existing businesses on the site. Really proud to announce that our strategic planning team won an award for planning excellence from the Tasmanian Planning Institute for their great work on the Northern Apartments Corridor specific area plan in a previous year. The planning team have also provided input into the development of the Tasmanian planning policies, also commented on the proposed development assessment panels and participated in the Southern Tasmanian Regional Land Use Strategy Working Group. From a heritage perspective, our heritage officer undertook a major review of our heritage listed properties, removing some that no longer met the threshold for listing, but also listing also including other council properties, notably the Claremont War Memorial Hall, the former Labor Bureau at the front of this property, as well as the Dusty Miller Inn site as well. He also undertook some conservation works at the St Matthew's Church to stabilise some of the headstones from delaminating. And also, there were some upgrades at the rear hall to install Wi-Fi and a heat pump to support the job hub. Heritage Office also been really proactive in promoting our rich local history and has been engaging in social media, Gazette articles and an ABC interview. Moving on to our building and plumbing. Our plumbing team has provided some assistance to Brighton Council with plumbing approvals throughout the year. We've also started utilising drone technology for roof plumbing inspections to avoid the need for staff to climb ladders and do silly things. And the staff have also created a new online booking system so customers can book their own plumbing inspections, which makes the whole process a lot quicker and a lot easier. And finally, for our environmental health team, they continue to do bacterial water sampling of Windermere Beach and Elwick Bay as part of the Do an History program. The team have also continued to provide a full suite of environmental health services to Southern Midlands Council, including all of their food premise inspections, their development referral or development application referrals, or environmental nuisances, as well as all of their immunisation program. And finally, the environmental health team have worked closely with the Department of Health, the State Department of Health, to provide additional immunisation clinics to satisfy an increase in demand that we've noticed for our monthly childhood vaccination clinics. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. My name's Matt Browning and I'm the Manager of Works, and I'm really pleased to have this opportunity actually to discuss some of the stuff we do and the fantastic work that our Work Centre team does. Obviously we carry out a fair bit of capital works and operational works throughout the year. This is just a small snippet of some of the stuff we do, but to talk about it, some of the key projects have been the delivery of road reconstructions at Renfrew Circle, stage 1. A lot of people are seeing stage 2 kicking off now. Arunta Crescent and Corambi Street Chigwell reconstructions and Ashbourne Grove reconstruction. All three of these are similar in the fact that they've had stormwater assets replaced, property connections, footpaths, access ramps, and road reconstruction, with the addition of traffic calming devices at Renfrew Circle. The Abbotsfield Park Claremont job was a major stormwater replacement, and this was due to localised flooding in residents' properties and surrounding streets. This was because of ingress of tree roots. Unfortunately, in this stage, we had to remove the trees to replace our assets, but as a part of this, we got to put some new interconnecting pathways in for our residents. Some facts around Arunta Crescent and Corambi Street project, which are typical of the sort of projects we do. We replaced over 1.3 kilometres of curb and channel. We constructed approximately 2,000 square metres of new concrete path that replaced existing asphalt. And we installed 5 new pedestrian access ramps and resurfaced approximately 5,500 square metres of road. Along with this, our road reseal program delivered alone 5,200 tonnes of asphalt, road resurfacing of 60,000 square metres, and spray sealing of rural roads of about 10,000 square metres in the Collinsvale area. Operations and maintenance, this is an area that's close to my heart. They're the team that are behind the scenes, that are doing the work that we don't generally see. They do a lot of different things, and it's pretty hard to cover off in 3 minutes, so I'll try and be brief. Some of the highlights were our sports ground curators. They look after approximately 14.5 hectares of playing surfaces. And during the summer season, we allow 35 hours per week on average to mow these areas. Now that doesn't account for the renovations that we do between the summer and winter transformations, removing goalposts, line marking, and general upkeep of the surrounding areas. During the 24-25 period, our vegetation team had a focused attempt at intercepting litter and waste in Faulkner's Rivulet. That stopped 32.5 tonne of rubbish making a way into our waterways in the River Derwent During that process, we gathered 39 tyres and a mattress. Finally, the clean team, which has been getting a bit of topic around the place of late. So we've got a footpath sweeper now that is now back servicing our 3 municipalities in our cycleway, fondly known as Sweeping Beauty. With Sweeping Beauty, we have additional staff that have lifted our resources and our service levels, and it's seen a decrease to the amenity of our 3 CBDs, focusing on cleaning and graffiti removal. Thank you.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. My name's Evan Brown. I'm currently the acting manager of property, environment and waste. So just some of the highlights for property, environment, waste. Obviously, it's been a very busy year, delivering on many projects. This has included, like in the past 3 years, we've delivered on 20 new play spaces. 5 playgrounds were delivered in the 24-25 period. This included the Roseneath, Lutana Woodlands, Kalinda, Battersby and Barossa Road. Excuse me. We've also had the 12.8 million federally funded upgrades to the KG5 and North Chigwell soccer grounds and projects. The works completed include upgrade of the pitches, lights, drainage, new buildings, change rooms, toilets and club rooms. We've also had the stage A of the Tolosa Dam regeneration project, which we worked in collaboration with Taswater. As you can see from the image there, the dam was successfully decommissioned and converted into an open green space. Works are still continuing in that open space, which is including the construction of some shelters, barbecue areas, and also outdoor furniture. There was also the delivery of the Windermere Foreshore pump track, the skate ramp, that's seen the decommissioning of the skate ramp at Abbotsfield and replaced with the one at Windermere Foreshore. You can see also there was also new public toilets completed. As part of our Council's continued delivery of the Climate Change Mitigation Action Plan, Council was able to procure 3 electric vehicles, the install of 2 EV chargers as well, just at the back of the manager's car park here, the back of the building. We're also, as part of that mitigation, we've supported a number of land care events. There's also been over 10,000 native plants planted throughout the municipality. Again, still with the climate change mitigation, we've had 93 kilowatts of solar installed across council sites. This is the Chambers Depot, with approximately $20,000 in annual energy savings. We continue to provide the FOGO service to divert food and organic material from landfill. And there's also the install working with LMS, who is the current contractor of the gas extraction at Jackson Street landfill. They've installed 9 new wells, capturing the methane and putting that back into the electric grid. With waste curbside, since its commencement in February 2020, Council has been able to divert over 27,000 tonnes of food organic material entering landfill. In the 24-25 period, we had over 1.2 million curbside bin collections, with a total diversion of around 8,250 tonnes of organic and recycled material. As you can see there, was 4,500 tonnes of FOGO, 3,682 tonnes of recycling going to the MRF, or the Municipal Recycling Facility in Durham Park. Works were also completed on the extension of the landfill cell to further extend the life of Jackson Street. This has just been recently completed, been given approval, has been signed off. This will basically give us around about an additional 10 years. We also have the capacity to do a bit more work in the background, which will allow for a further 40 years of landfill life. And just some of the other continue to work with in the waste areas. We've got the ongoing photo collection. We have the continued mulching and removal of green waste at Jackson Street landfill. We're also working closely with the depot and other council operations to divert as much as possible. This includes concrete recovery, also the millings from road resurfacing, or the old, what's been removed, is basically being used in various projects. So, and again, we have just recently revised our waste management strategy, which is currently sitting out for public consultation on our Let's Talk page. And we've currently had quite a bit of feedback at this point. That's due to close at the end of next week. And that's everything from property, environment and waste. Thank you.
Yeah, the fun one.
Thank you, Evan. My name is Michael Sikulski. I'm the Chief Financial Officer here at Glenorchy City Council. I would like to just remind everyone that all the great things that you've heard wouldn't be possible without sound financial management.
Allowing advertising.
I will only touch on a couple of really, I guess, important initiatives and facts that have occurred during the 25 financial year. The first item I just wanted to touch on is obviously external debt. As you've heard from Russell before, we have repaid our external debt. But what's important to remember is that Council had more than $5.6 million in debt in FY21. So I guess over the last 4 years, through prudent financial management, good planning, and very tightly managed budgets, we've been able to obviously eliminate that. On top of that, we do have strong cash and investment reserves, and obviously that enables us to consider projects in the future and means that Glenorchy City Council is financially sustainable. We've also focused on the reduction in rates. We have been progressively reducing the increase in rates over the last few years. Obviously, with the FY26 year, the average rate increase was sort of capped at 4.95% across the community. We've obviously focused on expenses as well and making sure that we can sustainably manage our investment into the community. And obviously, all the fantastic results that you've heard about have been a result through not only great initiatives and projects, but also sound financial management, budgeting, and monitoring of that. Lastly, I wanted to touch on a few other highlights. The community has benefited as well from 13 million in operating grants and 8.5 million in capital grants. And that has obviously enabled us to have a very strong capital program and also to ensure that we provide really outstanding services. What that has enabled us to do is we actually closed out $30.5 million in capital projects in FY25. And again, as you've heard before, we do have a very large capital program for FY26. We also managed to finish the financial year with a very positive $15.7 million net result. And obviously, I did want to reiterate that obviously we have closed out and extinguished all our debts in November 25. Thank you.
Mayor, that's the end of the presentation, but we are open for questions. If anyone would like to ask anything about the achievements of the year that have been presented to the council.
Yes, so any elected members of the public, feel free to ask any questions.
I've got some questions, but not about that.
Okay.
Through you, Acting Mayor, but this, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but have we ever been in this good a position? How long is it since we've been in this sort of position? Peter might remember. Might not too.
Financially, it's the best.
Yeah, financially, it's the best.
When I got elected in '87, we had about $16 million worth of debt.
Then we went up to 26 million in the early 90s.
Yeah.
Here we are now, debt free, positive cash flow. Pretty good. Well done, CEO and staff and team. Yep.
Perfect. Eddie, question?
Very interested in the level of cooperation.
Sorry, just for the microphone, if you could just come up to the chair, that'd be great. Thank you.
Did you get my name again?
I think we've got
Okay.
you.
I'm interested in the level of cooperation and the type of cooperation between this council and Southern Midlands. What sort of cooperation is going on?
Acting Mayor, it started through Southern Midlands not having enough resource staff in their environmental health area, and obviously they've got a number of regulatory things that they have to make compliance with. So they reached out and asked were we able to assist with certain things, and we actually did, because in the past they've helped us out in certain areas. I think it was with plumbing surveys, if I remember rightly. So we have been helping with assessments on wastewater systems. We've done some food premise inspections for them. And sorry, Acting Mayor, I might ask the Manager of Development, you probably have a better recollection of the services we've delivered for them.
So, through you, Chair.
Sorry. Thanks, Paul. Thank you.
So indeed, we have assisted Southern Midlands. We provided their full suite of environmental health services. So it's everything that we would kind of do here, we do for them as well.
And as a corollary, this generates income for us?
Yes, it does.
Yes, through Acting Mayor, yes. They did pay for the service. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Just
more of a statement. I just want to say, outstanding job everyone involved, and it's a great year. So, yeah, thanks everyone for all their hard work and efforts.
Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. So we'll just move now. If there's no other questions, we'll move to the recommendation that which is that the electors present at this annual general meeting note the tabling of the Glenorchy City Council annual report 24-25, which is attached to 6.1.2. If I can get a movement for that. Alderman Stephen King, and second, Alderman Tim Marks. So I'll pass over to you, Alderman King, if you'd like to speak to the recommendation.
No, look, I'm happy to move forward. I know there's a couple of discrepancies in the annual report, not typos, things that need to be corrected, but I don't think they'll change the world, but that's there.
Sure. Yeah, Alderman Slade.
Yeah, look, it's a really good report, and again, I commend all the departments and the representatives talking. I think my issue is a bit more than just discrepancy. I think it's important that you recognise for the work and the committee structures that you're on in this council. I work very hard for this council. I really do. I really enjoy doing it. Missing one committee in the annual report, that'd be enough. But I've got 3 committees which I'm on and which are not included. I've got another one that's included which I'm not on. And there's a couple there for other aldermen who I've got included in committees, and they're not on those. I'm not at all happy. Not at all happy, CEO, for you, Mayor. I love those committees. I work flaming hard for them as well. I want to know how you are going to change it around so the general community knows that I'm on those committees, that I'm not standing there with just 2 there to look like I'm doing nothing. And how is that going to be conveyed to the community in relation to the correctness of my committees and why they're not included there? Very disappointed. I'll leave you tonight feeling a very unhappy elected member.
Through you, Acting Mayor, I offer you my apology, Alderman Slade, if we've got some incorrect details in the annual report. We will correct them, and I can publish a correction on our website for the community to try and set the record straight. Unfortunately, I can't change what's happened now, but we will correct the misinformation and try and make the public aware of it.
Anyone else like to speak? No? I'd like to say a couple of words. One real big word, I'm really proud. I'm really proud of this year. I'm proud of the team and the managers that came up and presented today. I'm really proud of that. You should be really proud of yourselves and your teams. A variety of roles and responsibilities that happen over the year, and it's just nice to culminate them all into one. And when you look back about the successes that you've had, I just want to make mention, obviously, also of our outgoing CEO, Tony McMullen, his dedication and vigour to lead the council through some tough times and into this space we are in now. I don't think we probably fully understand to the level of appreciation that Tony had delivered for that. So today we have Emilio, and he's leading the charge, and I'm excited at the possibilities moving forward. I really am, and I'm confident sticking to our goals and plans at the horizon of our last year in our term. We'll continue to deliver as promised for our community. I'm really proud. So if there's no one else, anyone else, I'll go back to Alderman King to close the debate.
Thank you. And I'm sorry also that Alderman Slate, we missed out on a few things there. I hope it doesn't affect us accepting this report as such, but we're okay there, General Manager, to accept that report. Discrepancies.
Through your acting mayor, we could probably add that the CEO will correct some administrative errors, if that's okay with council. If somebody would like to move and second an amendment.
To move and second for the amendment. Yeah. To move Alderman Shane Alderson. And
no, I moved it.
But for the amendment?
Of the amendment, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll move the amendment if you like.
Yeah, and seconded Alderman Cocksharp. So mover was Alderman Alderson. So you.
Yes, if we've now got to move and second the amendment being that the CEO will correct administrative errors in the final report.
Yep.
Happy with that? CEO?
Do we need to vote on that? Yes. Yeah. So all in favour of that amendment? It's carried unanimously. And so we'll move back to the
amendments carried.
No, the amendment was carried. Okay, great. Yep. That's perfect. Thank you.
So do I finish speaking?
Well, we've just amended
it. We just amended it. So you can speak now to the amended motion. Ready to put that to the vote?
Yes, thank you. I'm glad we can all come to a consensus and try to repair this situation. But on that, the acting mayor used the word proud, and I think we all agree with that we are proud. We are proud of this council. It's a righteous pride. It's like a grandparent's pride of things going really well. It's, 2008 is a long time ago to some people. That's when I was first elected, and to me, this is the best overall picture I've seen of this council, where everyone is working so well together. Any little speed bumps we seem to have during a council meeting are just bumps, and then we move on. Unlike some others who might quarrel and whatnot, we're not political. We're here to get the best result we can for the people of this community. And that I'm really grateful for the synergy that we have amongst this group and amongst our team, our staff, just a wonderful group of people. And the wonderful thing is we've been able to employ directors from within, we've been able to employ managers from within. And we've heard from them tonight. We've heard their reports. They're concise, they're articulate, they care about this community. And so for that, I'm truly grateful to be part of this. There we go. That's it.
Perfect. So we'll take the vote for that there. So all in favour, raise your hands. It's passed unanimously. Moving on to item 7, which is notice of motions. There was no notices of motions received by council by the due date of the Tuesday, the 25th of November at 12 noon. And as there's no notices of motion with notice, with notice, we'll move straight onto the notice of motion without notice. And so this is going to be the same scenario that we have with public question time. To move your motion, raise your hand and come to the desk, the chair at the front, provide your name and address. You must first read and move your motion. It must then have a seconder by another. You can then speak to your motion for a maximum of 3 minutes. After this, any other elector can speak to the motion for a maximum of 2 minutes, with the mover then having a brief right of reply to close debate. And once the debate is closed, the motion will be put to a vote, and a motion is passed by a majority of votes. It's then taken by a show of hands by electors present. And so you can either choose to vote or not vote. It's not compulsory. So just a reminder that motions passed at this meeting is then required to be considered at the next ordinary meeting of council. So do we have any notices of motion from electors present to move? That is none. Not to worry, so we'll close that out and we'll move on to item 8, which is to close the meeting. So thank you very much for those who attended in person. It's great to have your engagement, and those online, thank you for coming on to our AGM, and we'll close the AGM. Thank you.
We've got a motion to close.
You were close. You were close.
I'll move it. I'll move it.
So move to, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you. Second to move, Alderman Riddler, and second, Councillor Kendall.
No discussion.
No discussion. Thank you.
You all agree with that?
All agree. Pass unanimously. Thank you very much. Good night.